Nowadays, are you waking up even after you've had great amount of sleep feeling very exhausted, or do you feel like your energy levels are really low, or do you feel sluggish during the day, or your skin is suddenly just breaking out? Is any of this happening to you? Well, if the answer is yes, then this might just be a different reason, because right now, as you're watching this video, there is something happening in your body, and that is your body is holding on to toxins. Yes, heavy metals, pesticides, and all the chemicals in the food that you're eating are all right now acting up. I know it sounds scary, but there is good news because your body is equipped with a detox system. The bad news is that it's probably not functioning efficiently. And if any of what I've mentioned, you are going through any of those symptoms, then I'm going to help you detox your system naturally so you don't really need to fall for any of those marketing gimmicks or those detox products that people are selling. Well, we'll just keep it simple and let's go. So, a while back, I was suddenly feeling sluggish. My energy levels were just dropping. I was seeing very unusual breakouts that just happened. And I thought somewhere that maybe that would just be because of stress or aging. But then I realized that my body is drowning from toxins because of my daily habits. And trust me, it's not just me, it's even you and everyone. But the thing is that once I started detoxing my body the right way, then everything just changed. So before we get to it, I just want you to understand that what are these toxins and what do they do? So these are chemicals that basically come in the form of preservatives, through food, they come through your air, and even through your stress. And what they do is that they overload your liver, your skin, your gut, and even your lungs, which are your detox warrior systems. And when these warriors get tired, boom, you suddenly feel sluggish, you start to gain a little more weight. And the worst part is that you get stuck in this bad cycle of habits. And I'm sure you've realized many a times that you must have gone into this. In fact, there are also studies that show that when you are chronically exposed to these toxins, you have a lot of hormonal imbalances, you have metabolic disorders, and also you even have neurological diseases. So, finally, what are the steps that we need to take to detox our system? Well, let's go first with the master detoxifier, which is your liver. Now, you can make a morning drink, which is just have some warm water and just put or squeeze like a lemon in it and just consume that when you wake up or when you start your day. Having lemon water in the morning just helps your liver to push all those toxins out and just clear your liver. So just try and have it early in the morning when you wake up. The next thing you can do is eat some cruciferous vegetables, which are liver friendly foods. Vegetables like your cauliflower, your kale, and even your broccoli, they all help remove toxins. And with this, you can also spice your food up. So you can add a little bit of turmeric and also you can add a little bit of black pepper. So try and mix these two up or just add them to give a little spice or a little flavor to your food. One more thing that you can also do is try to have some herbal teas. So there is one which is called a dandelion root, but just in case you don't find that easily, you can also go for a chamomile tea. Chamomile tea will just help your liver cleanse itself and also boost its function to flush those toxins more efficiently. And if you really can, then avoid all processed foods, all high sugary foods, and really limit your alcohol as much as possible. Because these are disruptors, so no matter whatever I've suggested you, they will not work if you're getting in all these disruptors for your liver. Now, the next is how do you support your kidneys and flush your toxins from your kidneys? One, what you need to make sure is that you hydrate with purpose. So, when it comes to your kidneys, just try and stick to water. But when I say hydrate with purpose, is that don't just have or keep chugging in water, because when you keep having too much of water, that also is not good because you start losing a lot of electrolytes. So just try and have water whenever you need it and don't force yourself to have water. Make sure that it's clean and filtered water so that it supports your kidney function. Now, you can also give your kidneys an electrolyte boost. So you can add a pinch of Himalayan salt with warm water and just squeeze a little lemon in it, and that will also help you flush toxins out of your kidneys. And then there is also coconut water. Now, coconut water is one of the most beautiful energy drinks that is there out there. But also, the great thing about coconut water is that it helps flush out your lymphatic system And coconut water is what helps drain out that entire lymphatic system of all the toxins that are there. And literally, other than just flushing toxins, it's one of nature's best sugary drinks. Now, salt is good for your body, but just make sure that you're not consuming too much of salt, because too much of salt can put a lot of pressure on your kidneys. So just make sure that you're balancing your salt in your meals. And one more thing, what really helps flush toxins out of your kidneys is having water-rich fruits and vegetables. So you have your cucumber, your watermelon, your celery, all of them just help cleanse your kidneys because of the water content that they have. Now, the next is to cleanse your gut, which is also your second brain. Now, the gut likes one thing a lot, and that is fiber. So eat a lot of foods that are very fibrous. So even if it comes to your seeds, which are your flax seeds or your chia seeds, they all contain a lot of fiber, and your gut loves fiber. Fiber maintains the health of your gut, and with that, it also helps remove all the toxins that are there in your gut lining. So make sure that you're having good enough leafy green vegetables and your fruits and anything that is very fiber rich. And with fiber, your gut also likes one more thing, which is probiotics. So try to load up all those probiotics to help your gut. So you have a lot of fermented foods like your dosa, your kanji, you even have your idlis, your dhoklas, and so many other of these fermented foods. Just make sure you try and have a lot of them, because they will support your gut bacteria. If you want to reduce those toxins in your gut, then reduce a lot of your sugary foods and a lot of your processed foods. The problem with these foods is that they start feeding all those bad bacteria in your gut, and they start sticking around, and they make your gut a home, which is firstly bad for digestion, and also it's a big toxin buildup. So try and avoid anything that is filled with sugar or anything that is processed. One more thing that you can also do to get rid of these toxins is try and consider fasting. So there are many ways and many different fasts that you can do, but try and consider fast, because when you fast, your gut gets a break from processing food, so it can clean itself up, and it can also just remove all the toxins, because food is not constantly entering in your body, which is why a lot of religions have fasting, because fasting is a very important cleansing process for the body. And even with that, there are two things that even I do to detox my gut. Is one is that you can buy something that's called psyllium husk. You get it at your nearby store, and it's at a pretty reasonable price. It doesn't really cost much. You can just take a small teaspoon of it or 2 teaspoons of it, mix it with water, stir it up, and just have it. So psyllium husk mixed with water is great to push out all the metabolic waste from your gut. And trust me, it's also like a trick, just in case you're someone who likes to overeat. Just mixing psyllium husk with water just curbs your hunger. And if you don't want to try psyllium husk, then you can just have a ginger tea. So just boil ginger in water, and you can just sip it whenever you feel like. The best time I would say you can sip this ginger tea is after food, because it will aid a lot of your digestion, and at the same time it will also help those toxins not build up. Number 4 is to sweat it out. So if you exercise daily and you start sweating, sweating will not make you lose weight, but a lot of your toxins might just exit through those pores of your skin, and that is one of the most amazing way to get rid of those toxins. You can also try different things like maybe hot yoga, or you can even sit in a steam room, because those are beautiful ways to get rid of your toxins through your skin. One more thing, and it is a very unusual way, is also that you can try and dip your feet in salt water, because sea salt generally has a lot of magnesium, and that magnesium also helps pull out a lot of toxins from your body. Number 5 is your lungs, which also plays a very important role in detoxing. So how can you help your lungs detox even better? Well, one of the greatest techniques I would say when it comes to getting rid of these toxins through your breath is practicing some yoga pranayams. When you practice techniques like your pranayams, they will remove a lot of the carbon dioxide, and they will oxygenate a lot of your cells. One more thing that you can also try from one of those pranayams is an anulom vilom, which is alternate nostril breathing. So if you're not familiar with it, you can just Google it, but do try it out. And another beautiful method is the Wim Hof method, which is his own way of practicing some breathing techniques. So you can do any of this, and whichever is suitable for you, try it out, because they really help you bring a lot of energy in your body. And the more oxygen you have in your body, diseases cannot survive in an environment that is oxygen rich. And this might sound very weird, but spend more time outside, because the more time you spend outside and you breathe the air outside, It will reduce the indoor exposure to pollution. Many a times, the problems that we face with allergies and all the buildup of all the toxins that are entering in our body is because of a lot of indoor air pollution exposure. Unless you're living in places like Delhi or Bombay where you have no option. Try to use some plants or some indoor plants that can purify the air, especially the ones that are recommended by NASA. Also, things that you really need to avoid when it comes to your lungs that build up toxins is avoid those air fresheners and those candles because most of them are made of chemicals that you don't really want to be inhaling. And especially when it comes to your air fresheners, they literally have a lot of petroleum in it, and that's not what you want to get into your system because they don't get rid of the bad odor, they just mask it. And the sixth is to try and reduce the toxin load overall. And to just get started with is try and use more natural products. Now, when you start using products with tons of chemicals in it, what happens is the moment you apply it on your skin absorbs anything that's on it. So it could be anything, chemicals from your makeup, chemicals from your shampoos, your soaps, anything. And if those products are having parabens, phthalates, or synthetic fragrances, then all of that is going to be absorbed through your skin and that is going to enter your bloodstream and again, back again, build up that toxin levels. So try to use something a little more natural, that is coconut oil, shea butter, or even essential oils that are very naturally made. One of the methods that's very beautiful in the Indian culture is to have water from stainless steel glasses, which in the modern world we don't really do it as much. But having from a stainless steel glass or a copper glass or a brass glass, they are one of the best ways to keep away from all these toxins that come in from other materials like your plastic. Now, plastics are something that is called BPA, and even if they don't have that, a lot of the microplastics gets into your system, which are endocrine disruptors. So they will disrupt a lot of your hormones. And if you can, when it comes to your food, just try and purchase more organic foods because they won't have any pesticides or won't have any chemicals that are used to protect that fruit or vegetable. So at no point there is anything that's going to be entering your body. And trust me, I've also been there because when you make these small changes, you'll suddenly see your energy again rise up. You will see your skin get much better, and you somewhere feel like your entire system has been reset. You have to understand that when you follow these simple methods, they will not show you results immediately, but they will show you results in time. So give yourself some time, be kind to yourself. Your body is always fighting bacteria, it's always fighting parasites, it's always fighting these toxins on a daily basis. And many a times they need help to just put in the right material in so that they can work more efficiently. So when you follow things in these steps, it's almost like servicing those organs so that they work very efficiently into getting rid of those toxins. So help your body out, do try it out, and let me know what your results are. And if you found this video helpful, then do check out any of these videos which might also interest you. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rocher that.